Hi there, this is Ronnie, coming at you with a video. Well, it didn't take me long to be involved in um, a bit of a strong opinion disagreement on the YouTube RPG Facebook page. And what I find most insane about it is I can't understand why it's controversial. Let me explain. Someone has asked on the Facebook page about the use of cutscenes in their games. I suppose somewhat similar to the way they're done in video games. Now, and I'm not the only one with this opinion, believe that cutscenes can be used fairly well, providing they are something that the player characters are actually viewing. For example, um, we had a scene, we were playing Shadows of Esteren last night, and I was we've been having a lot of visions and portents in that game. Now that's fine if the player character is actually experiencing these visions and portents, or maybe the GM is describing a scene, sort of tableau that the PCs are sort of walking into. That's fair enough. Where I have a big problem, and again, I'm not the only person on the RPG brigade who feels like this, is the idea of using cutscenes to give give characters information they couldn't possibly know. And there are a couple of people on it, I'm not going to name them because quite frankly I'm above it, but a few people seem to think that it's perfectly okay to give players information for their characters that their characters couldn't possibly know. Someone was talking about to try and whet the appetite of their players. They gave them a major spoiler about a sort of major NPC and what they'd done. I was like, but then expecting the players' characters to react to this news, even though the information was relayed to the players. Now that's a major fucking spoiler. That is, and I've already said this to the guy, that's bad GMing. It's just bad GMing. Pure and simple. It's bad GMing. Which supposedly has pissed this particular person off, and you know, sorry, but it's an opinion. As I say, if you're going to do a cutscene and it's a vision or a portent, fine, great, go for it. If it's something the person who originally posted was talking about describing a cutscene of two NPCs having a discussion in a situation where those player characters couldn't possibly hear this conversation. And I suppose within within that conversation might have been some story hooks. Now I have given my opinion that this person shouldn't do that. When I started this hobby 30 years ago, crikey, 30 years, one of the things that one of the sort of sacrosanct rules, there are very few rules which are sacrosanct in a role-playing game. You can change and mess things up till you're blue in the face. But one of the rules that is sacrosanct, that is absolute and cannot be changed in my opinion, in any shape, way, sense or form, is this one. Player information is not character information. It is the immovable object. It is the, it is the compelling force. Give you an example from last night's game, actually. I'm playing a character who, in my character background, I have this sort of nemesis that I want to deal with. And one of the other players had a vision, a sort of vision in his dream state. And the name of this enemy of mine was mentioned in this vision. And of course I'm playing, so I'm hearing this, so I can hear the name. Now, Ronnie, player, knows about this vision, knows that this, my nemesis has been named, but my character doesn't know that. I cannot react to that news. I cannot react to that vision. I cannot base my character and any action that I take from on that point. I can't make any reaction to that news because my character doesn't know it. I know it as a player. And eventually a conversation happened where the name did come up, and then the name did come up. My character was there, did hear the name, was able to sort of react then. But up until then, my character can't react because my character doesn't know. It's one of the essential ingredients of role-playing. You're playing a character. They must be divorced. This is why this rule of player information is not character information. It's absolutely sacrosanct. It cannot be moved. Also, the idea of dropping a major spoiler to whet the appetite. I'm sorry, that's just bad GMing. I'm sorry, and I might get, comments to the contrary to it, but, fine, farewell. Quite frankly, if you need to drop major spoilers to try and keep your players interested, there's something fucking wrong with your game. If I'm absolutely honest. There's something wrong with the game if you need to give the players information for their characters to react to that their characters couldn't possibly know just to generate some excitement. It's bad GMing, it is. I'm not sure, maybe bad GMing is wrong. It's certainly lazy GMing. Bordering on bad, if not outright bad. There should be enough hook in the game itself. Or you find a way to get that information to the characters in a way that makes sense. Maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe because I'm old school and I've been going at it a while. Maybe the newer generation don't mind doing that. Maybe they view tabletop role-playing games as an extension of video RPGs. Personally, I believe tabletop RPGs, as and will remain for a great many years, the superior model, because for all the great graphics and sound and all the rest of it, video RPGs will always be limited by the programming, whereas tabletop RPGs are only limited by the imagination. So for me, it's sacrosanct. It's absolutely sacrosanct. You cannot have a situation where you give players information for their characters to react to that their characters couldn't possibly know. I don't care why you do it. It can't be done. It is one of the few rules. Now, so many rules in games you can tweak, turn, invert, throw the fuck out if necessary. I've done it with practically every game I've got. I've always found a little something where I've just went tweak and moved it. But that one rule, to me, is absolutely sacrosanct. It cannot be changed. I think it spoils the game. Part of the game, part of any good role-playing campaign, is the voyage of discovery for your characters. And the players enjoying their characters on that voyage of discovery. If you give them fucking plot spoilers, what's the point of the journey? The voyage is wrecked. You know? It's just... I don't get it. I don't understand how anyone could see it as wrong, you know, or as anyone could see it as okay, as perfectly fine to break that golden rule. So for me, I don't care what the reason is. It can't be done. It shouldn't be done. And I think it's certainly lazy GMing. And bordering on, if not completely crossing over and pitching a tent in bad GMing. It's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. I just don't get it. Don't want to get it. Don't have to get it. Yeah, it's rant time. As for the, as far as I'm concerned, it's not the kind of GMing I would do. It's not the kind of GMing I would certainly counsel others to do. And certainly if I was playing a game and that was the kind of GM that I had, I would walk. In no uncertain terms, I would walk. It's simply not acceptable to me. So that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Let the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune start in the comment section. I don't think I'm alone in feeling that breaking this rule is a bad is a bad thing, because I think it's a bad thing. I'm certainly not alone on the actual thread itself, and such is life. So that's me, had my say, and I'll be back soon with another video.